In September 2015, a group in Nigeria called Voices for Change launched a landmark report called Being a Man in Nigeria. Now, this report validated a lot of what we already know as regards to challenges men face in the society. Now, some of these things are stuff that I have already heard sitting across the table with men who are faced with many challenges in their finances, in their relationship, and so many other things. My name is Yinka Ogunnubi, and I'm the convener of the Man event. The man and his woman. In recent times, there's been a lot of emphasis on women empowerment. Women are climbing the corporate ladder in record numbers. The glass ceiling is being shattered every day. The buzzword today is gender equality. And more women are joining the workforce in record numbers. The MBS tells us so. Now, the result of all this is the emergence of what we now call the strong woman, or what some would rather call the alpha female. The challenge of the man is to engage this alpha female, otherwise known as a strong woman. The man who has not been taught how to handle a strong woman, but to handle a weak one, is faced with challenges that he doesn't understand. So these have led to patterns of behaviors that has increased gender-based violence. At the Man event, we're going to be looking at strategies on how to handle this particular subject. What are the options available to the man? What can he do? How can he be helped? These are more we will look at. The man and his finances. Statistics tells us that the divorce rate is 42% in the UK, which translates to 13 divorces per hour. Unverified report in Nigeria says that 1 out of every 3 couples will separate within the first 2 years. Now, these are terrible stats and very frightening statistics. When we drill down the data, what we find is most of the divorces are caused by finance-related issues. My most heated argument with my wife has never really been about the in-laws or about romance. It has always been about finance. So it goes without saying that if we can help the man manage his finances, maybe we can save quite a lot of marriages that are heading for the rocks. This is why we do this. This is why we need to redefine leadership for the man in his finances. We need to introduce him to tools that he can use. We need to tell him about what he can do if he's entrepreneurial. If he has ideas for startups, we will give him the resources that is required. This is why we do this. The man and his politics. I recall my father telling me a story about how, as a young man, he stood on the streets of Lagos, waving the Union Jack and the green, white, green, as a convoy of the Queen rode by. He told me, I am the leader of tomorrow. Now, 4 decades later, I found myself hesitating to even share that very story with my son, or even to tell him, you are the leader of tomorrow. The reason was because I was frustrated. I was hungry. I felt that the future my dad told me about was not there. And I decided to engage. I decided to take part in the conversation because I felt I could influence the narrative. Now, yours might not be nation building like I was. Yours might be about discrimination at the workplace. Yours might be about discrimination about gender or about tribe. The question is, how does a man deal with the political system as it impacts his ability to provide as a father? Aristotle says to us that every man is a political animal. So it's going to have to engage in a political society, whether it's at work, whether it's at home, whether it's in church, whatever society places him, it's going to have to engage in politics. So what are the rules of engagement? What is expected of him? How can he influence the narrative for good? And what is he supposed to do to be able to put him on that pedestal to impact his society? This is what the Man event is about. And this is why we do this. In summary, the ultimate goal is to create a movement of men that will champion the redefinition of the rules of engagement. We want to raise men who understand what it means to be a man, not what the society has programmed them or configured them to be. We want to disciple strong men who understand how to manage and handle strong women, men who will lead in their family life, men who will lead in their finances, and men who understand what it means to lead in politics. I'm answering the call to raise an army of new men. Will you join me? The Man event holds on the 9th of July 2016 at Graham B. Suite, Ogunnaike, GRA Ikeja, Lagos. See you there.